New developments tonight in the search for a young American woman missing in the Dominican Republic for more than a week now. Christina Coleman live with the breaking information on this. Christina.
Hi, good evening, Tracy. As crews searched by air and sea to locate 20-year-old Sudiksha Konaki, the University of Pittsburgh student who mysteriously vanished last week while on a spring break trip with her classmates in the Dominican Republic. Local authorities say she was last seen early Thursday morning between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning at the beach at the Rio Republica Resort in Punta Cana.
So far, we are treating this case as a disappearance, the absence of this 20-year-old young woman, and all efforts are being made to locate her.
Surveillance video shows the young student walking arm in arm with a man prior to her disappearance. Konaki is from a Washington, D.C. suburb. Authorities there released a statement about the man in this video. They said, quote, he is not a person of interest nor a suspect for purposes of a criminal investigation. This was initiated and is still being a missing person investigation. And for that purpose, he is a person of interest to our agency. ABC News reports, according to a Dominican police report, the man stayed at the beach with Konaki after her friends left. He reportedly told police the two went for a swim and got caught up in a big wave, and that he went back to the beach, threw up, and fell asleep, saying that when he woke up, Konaki was nowhere to be seen. The FBI is assisting authorities in the Dominican Republic in this search for this missing young woman. Trace?
Christina, thank you. Let's bring in Fox News contributor Ted Williams, live in the Dominican Republic, and a private investigator specializing in finding missing persons, Toby Braun. Thank you. Ted, to you first. I mean, she disappears. She's with some guy. You think it's accidental? You think there's foul play?
Well, I think that the Dominican Republic initially had this as a accidental drowning, but now they have broadened the scope of this investigation, which they should have in the beginning, to also look at the possibilities of foul play, Trace.
Yeah. What do you think, Toby? What do you think it's foul play, or do you think this is just maybe a drowning?
You know, Trace, in any investigation, we have to go with what's most plausible. And there are two things that stand out to me there. One, she was seen with an individual. They went to the beach. Her clothing was found on the beach. This guy went back. Hours later, over 8 hours later, he reports her missing. His story changed multiple times now. So that's certainly a red flag for me. He needs to be interviewed again, especially by those FBI agents that are down there. And then secondly, what's most plausible is we have to address the fact that, and the DR isn't addressing that the Dominican Republic is a human trafficking hotspot. Trace, did you know that in the Caribbean, human trafficking is a $9.5 billion industry, and the DR, criminal enterprises in the DR, make up a third of that. Wow. And that's definitely a possibility that was taken, and we can't rule it out.
And Ted Williams, back to you. I mean, it's a good point. You and I both covered the Natalie Holloway case, Ted, and it reminds me, you know, you took in Joran van der Sloot, and he just couldn't tell the truth. And you got a kid here, and I'm not pointing fingers at all, but the stories are changing. And when stories change, your radar tends to go up.
Trace, you and I covered it. You're right. These cases are eerily similar. We're talking about two individuals who were on spring break in a foreign country. And we know that the investigation of those two led to the Joran van der Sloot finally confessing. But this investigation, we need to keep a broad and open mind because we really don't know what is happening in this. We need to let the authorities work through this.
I got to go, Toby, but I want to know this Joshua Ribe, the kid that was with, or the man who was with her. Did you look into him? What do you think? His story is changing. Does he have any kind of background that would put up a red flag?
Well, Trace, I'm not personally on this case. I have more cases in the Dominican Republic, so I'm intimately familiar with how things work there. Which is another reason why I'm happy that the Landon County Sheriff's Office has sent investigators down there. So is the FBI, because I just, quite frankly, don't trust the Dominican authorities that they're going to do this job to the best of their abilities. As far as this individual, quite frankly, I don't know anything about him. I haven't researched him yet. I know the FBI right now, that's the first thing they're going to do is anytime they interview somebody, they know everything about that person. But the fact that his story has changed several times now, it's just, he is definitely a person of interest.
Fair enough. Toby Braun, Ted Williams, we'll get back to you as the news warrants. Thank you. Meantime, Democrats appear willing to